Hi you guys, Charlie here at Rove Motorhomes. So this is for Lisa and Shane. Just going to obviously cover some areas. We've been around, done the handover video, but just a couple of areas that are good to know for you to take this video away with you. So it'd help if that was open, but just down here on the inside of the door is your access to your bonnet, so pull that lever. Diesel and AdBlue's behind there. Truma heating vent, so that's just for when you're using the Truma system on gas, so as soon as you run it on gas, that turns to an exhaust pipe. That's just a breather vent for the heater. Toilet cassettes behind there, which you know already. Pull the cassette out, spin it round, take the cap off, tip it out, put your blues or greens back in, screw the cap back on and push it back in, making sure the orange lever's in that recess. Hookups there to charge the leisure and vehicle battery simultaneously. Power your heating and hot water, fridge and high powered sockets in the vehicle as well. When it comes to refilling your gas, you don't have to turn your gas bottles on. You can leave them in the off position. When you drive in, they have to be turned off. And when obviously you turn up to a campsite, first things first, plug the hookup lead in. Second thing second, go to that yellow dial. And as you can see, turn it towards the plus. That on top there is your reader to let you know how much gas you've got in. But when we're driving, that has to be turned off and it has to be strapped in. In the garage this side there was nothing to see if you remember, but obviously you've got the infills in there, you've got the framework for your passenger seats in there, you've got your awning wind out tool, your spare wheels in there as well, as you can see, and we also have the mechanism for putting the bed up and down there. The control panel has to be turned on inside in order for that to work, and these sockets will become powered when the vehicle's hooked up. I'll turn the light off just there for you. Remember, for locking the doors, you spin to lock it, turn the key in the parallel now, like so, and then push it in, and that locks it all up. Just need to quickly mention, before I go inside, about the drain off point. So just there, if you remember, underneath your bed in the back, there's that tool to put on that bar. You put the tool on, turn the bar, this big grey pipe will start emptying your wastewater tank, which I don't know if you'll be able to, you can see there, the pipe goes straight into the tank, and that grey bar, the actual bar, once turned, will then start to empty it. As we head on inside then guys, I'm going to start with the boiler and then the freshwater drain off, just while we're on the topic of draining things down. Close the door behind me, storage underneath here, move them funky remotes out the way, lift this up so it holds the mattress in position like so, and then underneath here, grill pan, tool for the wastewater outside I was just talking about, take out your insulation, and under here is your fresh water tank. So I'll turn my torch on my other phone. That black dial at the back just there, spin that dial to empty the fresh water. You can take this orange cap off, and the reason for that is to get inside the water tank to clean the water level readers which are in between the cap and the tank release, and then also to give it a quick clean out once every now and again, just to make sure there's no evaporated water salts sat in there, then white powders and bits like that. So draining your fresh water is done with that black dial in the corner. Turn it left to drain it, turn it right to close it. Outside is obviously your wastewater, which is that one with the key just there. And if we push this all the way back, return it back down, push that back into place, then we've got the boiler drain off, which is underneath here. Now I'll just turn the torch off on my phone, get that off. So to access the boiler drain, we don't actually have to remove the entire sofa. We can grab this one here, remove that, and if we take the seat cushion off like so, we can then access it by lifting this up, and it is just there. As you can see, turn the blue diamond on the top to open the tap. The blue button at the bottom is a part of the thermostatic valve. So when you turn the blue diamond on the top, the blue button is going to pop out. So when you turn the blue diamond back to close it off, we need to push the blue button back in. Now the blue button is solely there. Again, it's a thermostatic valve. So if that valve down there gets below 3 degrees centigrade, that blue button is going to pop out and it's going to empty your boiler for you automatically, in case you forgot. Now, when we're talking about draining water off of motorhomes, the reason that's so important is because we don't want any water to freeze inside these tanks. If the water freezes in the tanks, obviously what's going to happen then is it's going to expand and could actually crack the interior of the tank, creating water leaks. So always very important to drain your water off after you've done every time in the motorhome. Now, if you remember when I was in the motorhome, I did say the back tank, leave a little bit of water in. Leave approximately 20% in, or 1/4. Now that's just going to be there, so then if you pull up on the way home, traffic jam, we can come into the back of the motorhome, we can run the tap, wash your face on a hot day, use the toilet and flush the toilet if we need the toilet. So obviously always good to leave some water in. So that is your 3 drain off locations: under the bed, under the front sofa, and just outside under the sofa with the grey bar. Now inside, heating and hot water and the control panel. So turn this button here to turn everything off. The only thing that this doesn't turn off is the fridge. That is powered on its own power. That is separate because it does mains, gas and battery. Vehicle battery doesn't need the control panel. Gas, it doesn't need the control panel, and the mains doesn't need the control panel. This wakes up everything fed off the battery, e.g. Wi-Fi, heating, hot water for the fan system, satellite, lighting in the back of the vehicle, the water pump system, and I think then awning light and the electric bed drop down and things like that, and obviously any USB sockets like you have here. So first things first, when you pull up to a campsite, put the hookup lead in, fill it up with water and turn the gas bottle on. When we're filling it up with water, click this button here to keep an eye on how full your fresh water tank is. When it's up to 100, turn the tap off and away you go. You've now got your hookup lead in, you've got gas on and you're full of water, you're ready to go. Come inside, this should already be on, but turn it on. Now we've got water in the system, we can turn the water pump on. After you've turned your water pump on, go to your nearest basin unit and run the tap on the hot side and the cold side till you get a steady stream of water and all the airlocks are out. Once that's done, you not only powered the vehicle up, put gas on it and electric, but you've actually primed the water system ready to go as well. So then we can click this button here to turn the awning light off and on. Click this once for fresh water levels, click twice for wastewater levels. This is your vehicle battery levels, and click that one to show your habitation battery levels so you know what power you've got left. This is here to say we're plugged in and powered up. This is to say we're simultaneously charging both vehicle and leisure battery. This is your thermostat. This is your Avtex power Wi-Fi unit. It will need just taking off the wall and the screws it's on, SIM card going in, and then you will have access to the internet, and the password and everything is on the side ready to go. Now, heating and hot water. Tap to wake it up. There's a motorhome with a thermometer in. Click it, spin it, and click it to set your temperature. Your next one along is your water temperature. Again, click it. Eco's 40, hot 70, and boost is the 70-degree hot setting, but it borrows power from your heating to get there faster. Once you've chosen them two, then you need to tell it what power supply. Do you want gas on its own? Do you want gas mixed with 1 kilowatt of electric? Gas mixed with 2 kilowatts of electric? Or do you want 1 kilowatt of electric on its own, or 2 kilowatts of electric on its own? Click to select. You've then got your fan speed. So we've chose the heating temperature, we've chose the hot water temperature, we've told it what power we want it to use, and now we've got to tell it how fast to pump out that power, eco or high. Noticeably, 2 fan blades come on for high, 1's on for eco, so you know when you stood away from the panel. This is your timer, which is an hourly timer, so you can click run the system for 5 hours on them. This is your daily event timer. So this is where we can select a time of day it comes on every morning. So if I double click that at 7:20 every morning while this vehicle's hooked up and this system's turned on, it will turn on the heating at 25 degrees and the hot water at hot on 2 kilowatt of electric and an eco fan speed at 7:20 every day. In your settings at the bottom corner, that's where you've got your offset, temperature, centigrade or Fahrenheit, brightness of the screen, what clock you want to use, what language you want to read in, the index to tell you about the update on the panel, and the reset right at the very end. Now the reset is there, if you remember, if you run out of gas or someone trips out your electric, you'll get a fault up, click your reset once you've got the power back on, and then you can access everything. When you're done with this panel, hold it in for approximately 5 seconds, and what it's going to do, it's going to say off ... Once this has disappeared off the screen, it's properly shut down. As it stands, it's still slowly shutting down. To work the max view aerial system, if you notice now, so I'm just going to try and turn it off. There we go, off. So turn on with 1 button. Obviously you've got an error light at the bottom if there's any fault on the system. That's going to slowly spin around now just to turn the system on. So eventually it will go solid. There you go. And straight away locking on to the satellite. Once it's done that, you know it's locked on. So if I tap that now, or is it that side? Hold in. I must have already set it and found it. Brilliant stuff. I didn't even have to actually click the scan button, it just flashed on it and found it. I think what it was, because I've just literally had it set up for the handover, it's connected, that's what it was. When I first came to it, obviously the satellite will have been out of line from where it was last set up, but now obviously because I've just ran it up and it's already pointing in the right direction, it didn't even need to spin to find it. But click once to turn the system on, hold the scan button to scan around, and you want it to fixate on the second light when it's scanning, because that's your Astra 2 that we've got it set up for. So that's obviously your control panel, your Wi-Fi, your satellite dish, your heating and hot water, your freshwater drain off valve, your boiler drain off valve, and then your wastewater drain off valve is outside. And I think that was everything we wanted to cover after we've had the handover. I know you said everything else is quite self-explanatory. So if you've got a blue light, everything's good on the fridge. If it's flashing red, you've got a fault. To change the power source, hold the square in just there until it flashes and use the arrows to navigate through. Select with the square and then choose your temperature. 1's the warmest, 5 is the coldest. Click again to activate, and now we've got gas at the coldest temperature. Again, if you want it on automatic mode, hold it in, push it all the way across to the A, select and select. To turn the fridge off, we need to hold the on and off button in just like so until all the lights go off. And just remember to keep your fridge vented, push that blue clip round to the left and it'll give you the option then to clip the fridge open, just so it leaves a little bit of a gap around it, so it obviously keeps it nice and ventilated. Obviously guys, it goes without saying, absolute pleasure to deal with you, absolute pleasure to not deal with you, but help you find the right motorhome and show you how to get along with it. You've been absolutely brilliant customers, and obviously if there's anything you need moving forward, be sure to let us know. But you've got a gorgeous motorhome here, Etrusco T74000 QBC, very nice and new, obviously new mattress cover on there as well. Done a couple of bits and bobs for you just to bring it back to where it needed to be. If we're driving anywhere, make sure that clips round and obviously the door's sealed shut. Make sure the toilet seat's down, take all your rattles out like this, and you can take them out. Already, I think it was in this one, take that away, grill pan out, the grill and the oven, separate it all, put it in the garage out the way so there's as minimal rattles on this vehicle as possible. So I will be very tempted. What I'll do now, obviously you guys are sat inside, I'm just going to take this out, stick this in the garage with these trays here. I'm going to put that in your book pack, your Rove Motorhomes book pack, so obviously you've got access to it. And then to get this back down, just lift it all the way past, like so, and then pull back, and that comes down then and ready to go. Obviously make sure the door's shut before we set off, make sure this is clipped back as well. Table, we all need to make sure that's fixed in position by making sure that lever is in the upright clipped in position, the table's not sliding anywhere, and you are good to go. So as I'm packing the vehicle away now, I turn the fridge off, hold that button in to turn the dome off. We've already turned the heating off, so now I can turn the awning light off, the pump off, hold that button in to turn the power off, which kills everything. So now my next steps are go outside, turn the gas off, unplug the vehicle, lock up all the doors and lockers, and get in it and go. Thank you very much guys, we hope you enjoy the motorhome.